He needs that money.
Hundreds of pairs.
That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive though, but
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah.
Putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family, and hurting my business. We're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company. I'm shopping, spending money, living life. Money made, or my day.
Joe Rogan reacted strongly to the news about Floyd Mayweather's bankruptcy, saying it shows how spending too much can ruin even the richest athletes. He said just being rich doesn't mean you can ignore things like paying taxes, and pointed to Mayweather's problems with the IRS. Rogan believes that living too luxuriously and not planning money properly can lead to serious trouble.
Owe that money to the IRS. How much does he owe?
It's in the $20+ million range.
it's a lot of money, man.
But it's not something that he's been, it's not like deception.
No,
It's just neglect to
it's
pay.
neglect, and it's also like I think, and there is like a truth to this. He makes so much money that there's probably a point when they're like, "Hey, it's time to pay your taxes," and you go like, "All right, here's a check for $25 million. That's an incredible amount of money." And then they go, "That's true, but you owe 50 more," and he's just like, that can't be right. I've
what's
given
not
you
good?
$25 million.
Yeah, he's bought over 100 luxury cars from the same dealer and always pays in cash.
He has $15 million worth of cars.
Congrats. You can sell those.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. has taken legal action against Insider Inc., claiming they published a false story about his $42 million real estate deal. The article questioned whether the deal was real and suggested Mayweather may have lied or misled people about his wealth. His lawsuit says the outlet twisted the facts and hurt his reputation. If true, the deal, which includes 62 buildings, would be one of the biggest personal real estate purchases ever. Mayweather's legal move seems aimed at protecting his image not just as a boxing star, but also as a serious businessman.
I know you guys want to talk about real estate. Only thing I'm doing is answer the questions.
That is a real estate question.
Okay, so out of 48 years, I'm 48 years old, and I've never sued a media outlet. The media outlet throughout my life has bashed me, talked bad about me, spoke bad about my family. Now, I've always been judged because how I have presented myself when I'm promoting a fight. You cannot judge me for entertaining the people when I'm promoting a fight. Judge me for the person that you know. You can't judge me if you don't know me. So that's no different from people in this room may want to do a deal with me. But if someone going out there putting lies on my name, putting lies on me and my team and my family and hurting my business, we're not talking about millions. We're talking about billions of dollars. We can't do that. So this is my first time ever filing a lawsuit against a media company.
Mayweather says the article was unfair and left out important documents that proved his real estate deal was real. He claims his legal team gave Insider Inc. enough proof, but the outlet ignored it to create a more dramatic story. Mayweather points out that this is the first time he's ever sued the media, showing how serious he is about protecting his name. He wants people to see him as a responsible businessman who's being wrongly targeted by careless reporting.
To build my name, to build my reputation, and I'm not gonna let anyone go out there and smear my name and talk bad about me, talk bad about my family, or talk bad about my company.
All right, one more toughie. So,
Nothing is tough.
no? Okay.
After being in the sport of boxing, dealing with the sport of boxing, there's nothing that's tough.
Fair. So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded
Well,
yet.
everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
Well,
Okay, so I think we'll end with this one. When I spoke to you all last week, you were riding around Miami. You were looking to buy even more.
Yes.
Have you bought anything in the week since we last spoke?
I don't know. I was out in Miami for a while. We were looking at a few properties. I'm pretty sure for the end of the year,
Stephen A. Smith's comments have added more heat to the controversy as he questions the lack of clarity in Mayweather's business deals. He doesn't fully dismiss Mayweather's lawsuit, but suggests there's more going on behind the big headlines and huge amounts of money. Smith believes that many of Mayweather's business moves seem more focused on image than solid business practices. He hints that while Mayweather presents himself as a successful businessman, the real strength of his ventures might not hold up if looked at closely.
I can't count the amount of examples where I saw people getting laid off, and then I see somebody come up right behind and get some contract. Business does business. You never know what's behind the goal of a business per se. What you do know is the work that you put in. If you're smart enough, what value comes with that work. And then at the same time, you also pride yourself in being very, very reasonable. I haven't, and I'm not gonna talk about my contract negotiations with ESPN. They are ongoing. I think the talks have been very pleasant. I think we're making progress. We'll see what happens. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, I've got decisions to make because I got a future to think about.
50 Cent's comments hit hard, pointing out that Mayweather hasn't shown clear proof like contracts or bank records to back up his real estate deal. Instead of showing solid evidence, Mayweather is using legal threats, which makes some people, like 50 Cent, think the lawsuit is just a way to scare critics instead of proving the truth. In today's world, where many already question the true wealth of celebrities, this kind of move makes people even more suspicious of what's really behind the flashy lifestyle.
Scripture where y'all can watch that in full, and as we have already seen, 50 Cent has been very involved in critiquing, taking shots at Floyd Mayweather, and when this came across his desk, he did nothing other than that. If that's the case, it's going nowhere because you didn't do the deal, champ. He must have named the writer separately to make him have to pay his own legal team. The champ is mad, and 50 most definitely promoted his brands and everything with that because 50 Cent has came into question about this deal that Floyd Mayweather has struck, showed his real estate businesses, and people started diving into it. Floyd Mayweather has been defending it, but I just realized he put this $100 million lawsuit in against Business Insider, saying that they have been going at him for a long time now, coming at his family, coming at his team, and saying these derogatory things and defaming him, so he won $100 million. The suit, lodged in the Southern District of New York, names Insider Inc. and reporter Daniel Geiger as defendants. It is centered around reporting by Geiger about real estate deals Mayweather Jr. publicly discussed, including an agreement to buy a 62-building Manhattan apartment portfolio. Geiger reported in late March that there is no evidence that there has been a sale. According to the lawsuit, Geiger embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation categorized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth, but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. It claims that Geiger refused to review documentation proving the deals in question happened, and suggests that there's a racial component to the reporter's work.
Mayweather usually appears relaxed in interviews, but when asked about his finances, his tone becomes less clear. He often avoids giving exact numbers or clear answers when people talk about bankruptcy rumors, which only adds to the confusion. Instead of calming things down, his silence makes people question him more. Famous people often use image to keep their influence, but when that image starts to break and they're not open about the truth, the doubt grows even faster.
So that article sparked rumors that you are bankrupt. How do you respond to that? I don't think you have publicly responded yet.
Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I mean, if we call having 2 private jets, owning 100 buildings, being able to do what you want to do, if that's bankrupt, then I'm pretty sure everybody want to live like that.
That last statement was a fact. If that's bankrupt, I'm sure a lot of people want to live like that. I'd sell a few of them planes, especially if I was going bankrupt. But yeah, wouldn't be a bad lifestyle to have. Now, Floyd Mayweather isn't the most articulate person. He does not articulate himself the best. This has been well known throughout his career. He is a prize fighter. He is a master promoter. He is a great business person. Put him behind a microphone or have him articulate himself, he's not the best at it. So if you listen to that and y'all tell me if y'all got the same vibe I did, or if y'all think that I'm tripping, it sounds like he's running around a lot of shit. And it's like, all right, bro, yeah, you might be going bankrupt. But let's understand something real quick. If one of Floyd Mayweather's businesses, or if his business is going bankrupt, that does not mean that Floyd Mayweather himself is broke. That means that his business may be struggling. Oh yeah, his business may be struggling, and you could file for bankruptcy. I think it's 13 or 9, chapter 13 or chapter 9, or whatever the case may be.
Mayweather claims he has no tax issues, but official action from the IRS tells a different story. For someone known for showing off his wealth, these tax problems raise serious concerns. It challenges the image he's built as someone fully in control of his money. If even the IRS is after him, it makes people question how real his financial success is. The IRS filings give more weight to his critics and could lead to deeper checks into his finances. While Mayweather talks about owning a $400 million real estate empire, there's little proof to support it. His words may impress fans, but the facts don't always match. This growing gap between what he says and what can be proven makes people wonder if his fortune is truly solid or just carefully presented to keep his powerful image alive.
It's Money May, Aaron Mayweather 2. Go Money Green on him. Change it up. Change it up. Change it up. That's what we do. There you go. There you go. There you go. That's what we did. I need everybody, all the fighters all around the world. MMA, boxers, follow this man right here. We getting the job done. Money May, and y'all know the rest.
Social media has become a place where stories are shaped, and in Mayweather's case, it's getting harder to tell what's real and what's just image. His lawsuit might be meant to silence critics, but instead, it's led to even more questions and discussions. People are now not only doubting the truth about his wealth, but also wondering why he filed the lawsuit in the first place. Instead of clearing things up, the legal move has made the whole situation even more confusing.
Apparently, Floyd Mayweather files a $100 million lawsuit against Business Insider over real estate deal report. Damn, that's an expensive lawsuit. The lawsuit comes after a report by Business Insider journalist Daniel Geiger claimed that the 62-building Manhattan real estate portfolio that Mayweather announced he acquired never actually occurred. Geiger's report stated there was no evidence a sale was made. Mayweather's lawsuit claimed that Geiger refused to review documents of the deal, and it was an attempt by Geiger to publicly humiliate Mayweather. They embarked on a campaign of harassment and defamation characterized by aggressive and misleading journalism that not only distorts the truth but seems driven by a deep-seated bias against Mr. Mayweather's success. Floyd Mayweather. No, damn well he did not write that. And why would he? You know, he's talking about himself in third person. That's so cringe. Business Insider has provided a statement to Front Office Sports saying, "We will vigorously defend against this meritless attempt to discredit our reporting and smear our reporter." So they aren't backing down at all. It's going to be interesting.
In the boxing ring, Floyd Mayweather's perfect record and smart defense have made him a legend. But outside the sport, his recent actions have caused controversy. He claimed to own over $400 million in real estate, but public records didn't back that up. This has led to shock and disappointment from many fans, who are now wondering if Mayweather is more focused on showing off a rich lifestyle than being honest about what he's really achieved.
For some odd reason, at the beginning of the year, Floyd Mayweather decided to tell us all that he bought a bunch of apartment buildings in Upper Manhattan. Everybody has found out that that wasn't true. Apparently, it's not that hard to figure out who owns property. This is not an indictment on Floyd Mayweather as a boxer. He is one of the best boxers we've ever seen. Anybody who is privy to Floyd Mayweather's antics outside of the ring knows Floyd ain't bought no goddamn apartment buildings in no upper Manhattan, bro. We knew that when he told us. I'm not sure who Floyd Mayweather thought he was fooling. Nothing about Floyd Mayweather outside of a boxing ring says savvy. I'm sorry. This is the same Floyd Mayweather that 50 Cent told he would donate $50,000 to the charity of his choice to read Harry Potter. He bought $400 million worth of apartment buildings in upper Manhattan. Come on, Floyd. The people who was living in apartment buildings, the second they heard that Floyd Mayweather bought their building, they was on the phone with property management like, what's really? I will pay $10,000 a month, but I won't pay $10,000 a month to a nigga. Floyd, you can't just do that with upper Manhattan apartment buildings, bro. Tell lies like that about the projects, man. You gotta do that to the hood, man. Ain't nobody going for that shit in upper Manhattan, Floyd. You should have knew better than that, my boy. But then again, you are Floyd Mayweather. Oh, man. Anybody with common sense knew that Floyd was in trouble when he started.
There was a time when Mayweather's money success matched his boxing greatness. He made over $1 billion from big fights and sponsorships, but instead of making smart investments, he spent heavily on luxury, like fancy cars and private jets. His life became all about showing off wealth. Now, signs of money trouble are starting to show, and people are beginning to doubt how stable his fortune really is. His story is starting to look a lot like Mike Tyson's, who also lost his fortune because of wild spending and bad choices. Even though they're different in personality, both used their money to show power. But behind the flash, the money problems are starting to show. Mayweather's constant display of luxury feels like Tyson's past, and it looks like he might be making the same mistakes.
As always, talking about the Miss Jackson situation. We seen Marcos Maidana looking focused, more so focused on his baby and everything. So those are a lot of the minor takeaways. But my major takeaway from this whole thing, ladies and gentlemen, is I was quickly hit with an emotion of nostalgia. You know what I mean? Because seeing Floyd Mayweather with all this money and cars and clothes and hoes and yada, 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 it just kind of reminded me, there was a small segment in that episode that stated that a lot of fighters believe in their immortality. You know what I mean? We've seen this before. So the question I ask, we have seen this movie before. Boxers traditionally going broke. You know, they start off well, so flamboyant with all this money and all these cars, and they have businesses they invest in. There's something special, you know, at least in their minds they are. And then after either retirement or near retirement, or after the fight game has left them, traditionally boxers go broke, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm not saying this is going to happen to Floyd Mayweather, but I swear on everything, man, I hope it doesn't happen to Floyd Mayweather, because Floyd Mayweather is going to go down in the halls of history, ladies and gentlemen, as possibly top 3 to top 5 to top 10 of all-time greats. I mean, depending on how you view Floyd Money Mayweather.
Concerns about Floyd Mayweather's decisions aren't just coming from critics, but also from his own family. His uncle, Jeff Mayweather, a well-known boxing trainer, has shared his confusion over Floyd's risky financial choices. Floyd's sudden investments, especially in high-risk real estate, show a lack of proper planning. Instead of taking expert advice, he seems to be making big money moves based on ego. This raises real questions about how much of his wealth is real and how much is just for show. For a long time, Floyd's fame was built more on his flashy lifestyle than his boxing skills. Huge paydays and constant bragging kept him in the spotlight, but now, with signs of money trouble, that image is starting to fade and people are beginning to see the reality behind it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and stay informed. Stay tuned for more updates, and let's keep our news accurate.